I could have been twice as rich if I had made one dumb mistake years ago. That's not humility. That's arithmetic. Life does let you rerun the tape. You get one shot. Your margin for error is gone. Most mistakes are already behind you. The question is, do you keep compounding them or finally wise up? Here's the first harsh truth asked. Your time is more valuable than money. Yet most people behave as if tomorrows are infinite. They're not. I've buried enough friends to know after you don't need miracles, you need discipline, clarity, and most of all, you need to stop doing stupid things. And not talking rocket science stupidity. I mean the ordinary stuff that ruins of lives, envy, debt, overconfidence, bad habits, the wrong spouse, the wrong friends. Asked, people chase magic tricks to undo a lifetime of sloppy decisions. Here's a news flash: the compounding you ignored in your sins doesn't suddenly appear. The only compounding left is the compounding of your daily behavior, your choices, temperament, health, and that can still ruin you. Take my family history. I watched the Great Depression wipe out everything. Banks closed, businesses collapsed. People who were rich Monday were broke by Friday. My father's clients, most of them, never recovered. That taught me survival beats brilliance. If you're past, you can rebuild from zero. Young fools can recover. All fools stay fools. So here's a checklist for those over. Stop chasing odd investments. You won't get rich quick, you'll get poor slowly. Stop hanging around losers. Their drama becomes yours. Stop pretending you'll change tomorrow. Fix habits today. Stop envying the lucky. Envy does make them poor, it makes you miserable. It's not glamorous advice. It's not a tech. But it's how I stayed alive, sane, and reasonably prosperous for 9 decades. Some call it cynical. It's realism. Realism keeps you alive at and beyond. Brilliance is optional. Avoiding stupidity is mandatory. Let's start with envy. Lust, gluttony, anger, they give short-term thrills. Envy gives nothing. Yet most people over still compare themselves as neighbors' houses, children's careers, who has the yet. It's pathetic. Envy is a lack of self-respect, a refusal to measure your life by your own values. Weakness in old age is fatal. I've seen people secure in wealth destroy themselves chasing envy-driven moves, buying overpriced tech, doubling down on bad investments, chasing the next big thing. Warren and I joke that avoiding envy is the easiest competitive advantage in the world. Most people can't handle it. If your neighbor drives a Ferrari, congratulate him. And get back to your big. Focus on what truly compounds: gratitude. Wake up and say, I'm still here, my bills are paid, my family does hate me, that's enough. When you're in your sins, the scoreboard shrinks. Nobody cares about your bank account, they care if you're decent company, if you can laugh at yourself. Envy poisons that. If you're still consumed by it, you're wasting your time and will die miserable. Stop today. I've made dumb mistakes. One cost me hundreds of millions. I thought I was too smart for the obvious deal. I chased sophistication and ignored simplicity. That's the truth. Overconfidence destroys more wealth than ignorance ever could. The danger isn't stupidity, it's thinking you can't be wrong. People pour savings into garbage investments, convinced they see something others don't. Most of the time, it's an illusion, and illusions are expensive. The real trick isn't brilliance. It's humility. Admit daily you can screw up, and structure your life so mistakes don't break you. Avoid leverage. Avoid overconcentration. Avoid betting everything on a single hand. That's what saved me, and that's what survival past is all about. Think back to the Depression. The people destroyed weren't the cautious, they were the leveraged dreamers. You can't afford that. One reckless move can undo a lifetime. So don't get clever. Don't overreach. If you can explain it in one sentence, don't own it. Missed opportunities are in tragedies. Going broke is. Here's the irony: the mistake that cost me millions also taught me the right lesson. Chasing brilliance is for fools. Avoiding stupidity is for survivors. Survival after is the only game that matters. Don't worry about the millions you could have made. Worry about the millions you could still lose. Overconfidence is another killer. Most people think their opinions are facts. They cling to ideas even when they're wrong. Wisdom isn't having all the answers, it's saying, I don't know. That stops you gambling on things you don't understand. Here's a checklist to fight overconfidence. Assume ignorance. Keep learning. Read what you disagree with. Otherwise, you're just confirming your stupidity. Look for disconfirming evidence. If you're bullish, find reasons you might fail. Avoid the disease of certainty. Certainty kills curiosity, and curiosity keeps you sharp past. Cheerleading your ideas is dangerous. If you bet retirement savings on a favorite idea and you're wrong, you don't have decades to recover. Outright confidence. Outright humility. Not glamorous, but solvent, sane, alive. Most people spend life as careerists following orders, polishing resumes, hoping someone notices. That's fine if you like security, but a lazy way to wealth or independence. Working for a paycheck is like running on a treadmill. You sway but stay in place. Ownership is the escape, ownership of businesses, investments, your own decisions. Careerism feels safer. Early in life, maybe. Safe decisions add up to dependence in a company, a pension, a system that may fail. Hence many bitter retirees. They obeyed decades only to find the generals did care. I was lucky. Mentors shoved ownership thinking into my skull. And Franklin said, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. That meant stop being a wage slave. Think like an owner. That's what Buffett and I did at Berkshire. We bought businesses we liked and held them. We thought like landlords, not tenants. Decades later, that mindset compounded into freedom. I contrast, careerists spend retirement seeking approval. Owners measure cash flow, autonomy, time. Which sleeps better at night? Stop thinking like an employee even if you still are one. Stop asking for permission. Stop looking upward for validation. Ask instead, what do I own? What do I control? Ownership, not careerism, brings freedom in old age. I was born in childhood was misery. The depression wasn't theory, it was families losing everything. Intelligence did protect you. Survival did. The cautious, the savers, the debt avoiders survived. The optimists, the leveraged, the big spenders perished. That shaped my money philosophy. While others chased speculation, I built safety into everything. Berkshire Hathaway isn't a miracle, it's a monument to survival. Warren and I always asked, what happens if we're wrong? We structured everything to survive mistakes. To understand this deeply, you don't have time for comebacks. One financial disaster could end the game permanently. Now be clever. Be durable. Ash is oxygen. Ed is a noose. Optimism is dangerous. Humility is survival. 3 rules passed to stay sane. Avoid debt. Avoid drama. Avoid dumb people. Debt destroys families. Trauma drains energy. Dumb people, those who refuse to learn, drag you down. Cut them out. Your circle should shrink. If someone adds stress without value, you don't need them. I was asked the secret to longevity. It's simple, avoid debt, drama, and fools. That reduces of life stress. Stress kills faster than age. Clean house. Pay off debt. Have toxic ties. Feel lighter than you have indicates. Partnerships can fail under ego, greed, stupidity. Mine with Warren lasted nearly 8 years. Complementary brains, trust, shared values. That combination avoided more stupidity than either of us could alone. Arguments weren't ego-driven, they were about ideas. Blunt honesty worked. Kill bad ideas quickly. Most people can't handle bluntness. We thrived on it. If you're past, stop chasing perfect partners or saviors. Cultivate independence. Build systems that survive without perfect allies. If lucky enough to have a partner like I had, protect it. Respect differences. Let rationality do the work. Partnership isn't money, it's thinking together. Everyone asks secret to getting rich. There's no magic. It's discipline. Avoid disasters others walk into. No drugs, no gambling, no wild leverage, no divorces cutting fortunes in half. Or inconsistency wins. Patience beats brilliance. Sit still while compounding works. Be boring, rational, dull, and wake up one day rich. Not flashy, just secure. Arithmetic did its job. Most people fail because they can't tolerate boredom. Casinos thrive. Day trading apps thrive. Ordinary people never get rich. Real wealth comes from boring patience and brutal honesty. Know your ignorance. Stay in your circle of competence. Understand luck. Preparedness makes luck work. Discipline matters more than ever. Simplify. Spend less than you earn. On less, owe less, need less. Freedom is adding it, subtracting stupidity. Peace of mind comes from living beneath your means. I did plan to be a billionaire. I avoided mistakes, saved, invested, kept once modest. That's the formula. Not glamorous, but it works. If you're not spending less than you earn, no advice can help. If you are, congratulations, you've already solved the hardest problem in finance. The rest is details.